Hey, this is Kyle from Level 10 Interactive in Dallas, and the last video I made, we talked about how we can use the color module and less to integrate with a Bootstrap theme and make a theme more customizable and more flexible. So we took that a step further, and we were thinking, well, what if we can have predefined sets of colors that we can then use with these themes, and just give the user choice to pick from the list instead of trying to figure out, oh, well, does this green go with that blue or whatever it may be. So if you've never used Adobe Kuler, Adobe has a product called Kuler. Might be saying it wrong. It could be color, weirdly. That has a lot of these really amazing color palettes. And so what we did is that we're like, hey, what if we can integrate this with the color and less and stuff like that? So it turns out Adobe Kuler does have, or excuse me, did have an API. They released some beta keys, and then that was a couple of years ago, and then they stopped issuing beta keys. And then their API kind of broke. So what we did is that we did a little bit of a getaway. So what I did is that if you look, let me step back just a little bit. What we did is that inside of our theme settings, I did a form system theme settings alter, and I have some Kuler settings right here. So basically, I just made a field set, and there's two checkboxes. One, do you want to enable Kuler, and one for a text area to paste in some JSON. What this is for is that what I had done was wrote a script that will basically just grab the color palettes and their name off of the page. So I made a comment checking this will replace the color schemes and those provided by Kuler JSON. And so if I enable this guy, you can see some JSON right here, and I'll explain where I got that from. What I did is that I wrote a little gist that is just a short little jQuery script that you can take and copy, then go over here and open up your console, and then paste it in your console and hit enter, and bam, we have this nice, really big list of JSON that you can then, once you find the top, copy that, and then paste it into this box, open bracket to close bracket, and then save it. Now, we scroll down, we have this drop-down list of a bajillion themes you can pick from the color from Kuler. So I'm going to pick, sure, why not, 1968. Now you can see we only have the 3 fields. You have to save it first, and then you'll see the other fields show up. So I'm actually going to do this one more time. Oh, that's boring. I can do that. Save Adrift in Dreams via Color Lovers, which is coincidence. And so now, if I go back to my theme and refresh, now we have this, you can't even really see it, but we have this now palette available on the site. Now, it's not the best palette available, but it does give you the ability to kind of pick and choose some different options to go through. And so basically what happens is we save all these, and How we get these variables is basically the same way we did in the last video. We just created a list of colors, and what we're doing is this is just the form here where we capture the values. Where the magic actually happens is inside the color ink file. It's basically this code right here. So we're grabbing the JSON and we're grabbing the check and we're going, hey, if the JSON isn't empty and we did check the box that we want to use JSON, I'm taking the JSON, decoding it into objects, turning the object into an array, and then removing duplicate items from the array. For some reason, the little jQuery script I wrote, sometimes you'll get like an object or things like that. So we're just going to remove all that stuff. And sometimes there were double themes, so we're just going to remove it. And then basically for each theme in that array object, we're going to explode it and then assign the key to the title. So, you know, it could be adrift and whatever. And then we're going to assign the colors to the less variables. And then we're going to reset it. A reset is basically saying put it in alphabetical order. We're going to skip this color lover stuff. That will be for the next video. And we're looking at this section right here. We're going to use this color clean palette function that I wrote down here, which basically all it's doing is arranging it, taking the top one and turning it into the default, because you need to have a default schema or color palette in the schema, and then we're going to return the palette, and then we're basically just going to replace the existing schemes that are defined up here. We're going to replace these with the ones provided by Kuler. And that's it. And then on every form save, we flush the less cache. And so we save it, and then it then goes into that color palette variable, and we can refresh, and it will regenerate the theme using the colors from the Kuler palette. So if you want a giant list of colors to choose from, you can use Kuler to kind of find a pre-existing list, and even you could take the list and let's do JSON viewer. You can take the list and just make your own, right? If you use that script, you can parse it however you want, or you can write your own script. That's completely okay. Mine's probably not the best, but paste it in here and go to the viewer, and you can see over here, so these objects, we just remove them, and then pick out the ones we want. So looking at this guy right here, 404, so that's really all it is. It's just an object ID and then the value. That's it, key and a value. And so, if you want to integrate Kuler into your customizable Bootstrap theme, that's how you do it.